Guys, welcome in. We're here. We missed you all last week. As you guys probably noticed, we weren't here last week. Life do be crazy, for me especially, and everybody else. So yeah, we're going to be on a touch and go schedule throughout the rest of the summer, probably with everything going on with everybody, but try to get you guys episodes with you when we can. Thank you guys for bearing with us. And yeah, it's great to be back. There is no shortage of stuff to talk about. I'm one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by my other co-host, BlueTheRobot and Buffnerd Gaming. What's up, boys?
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Man, it's good to be back. It really is.
It does. It feels good. Feels good.
Feels good to be here. So much has gone on in today's episode. We're going to be talking about the Road to Vostok release. We followed that like the whole time. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Gray Zone Warfare. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Bellum. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to Wardogs, and Buff is going to round us out with an update on Operator towards the end of the program. Dude, we got stuff to talk about. Before we do, yeah, dude, so much. Before we get into it, Blue, how you been? You all right? What are you up to?
I've been good. I've been busy with incursion stuff. I have been just kind of focused on that right now, and then as well as just we got my son's birthday coming up this weekend, so we got family coming in, and I'm excited to, what's the word, just to kind of get out the house. We're gonna go out and check out a park and go to a hotel and stuff like that. So that's gonna be a nice needed break for sure.
Got a little adventure cooking up over there.
Yeah, last weekend we went and checked up on the house as well too. All the concrete bricks are up and stuff like that as well. So that was cool to see. We saw deer tracks going right through the property as well too. So it's nice to see, especially here in Florida, because like I know the population was kind of declining for a bit.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
that's
nice
actually
to kind of see that naturally.
I listen to a lot of wildlife podcasts and hunting podcasts, obviously, and that's been like a hot topic is Florida with all of the development that's going on. Like, because it's such a crazy like economy for building down there that the wildlife are kind of taking the ass over there because their habitat's getting destroyed.
Yeah, and
But
then
can't have
like, why is
everything.
there, why is there a gator in my front yard? It's like, well,
That was
it's
like
built,
that was the gator's front yard
house.
first.
Yeah, that was his. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yep.
but
Dude,
let me see. That's pretty much it, though.
Is everything, whenever you're building a house, is everything just triple at least the cost you think it should be? Like everything is
you would think
so
like
expensive, dude.
Because like, and I don't even have. It's a decent sized house. It's definitely bigger than this one, but it's I thought windows would be like, hey, we want to change it from white to black. I thought it would be the simplest change in the world. They're like, no, it costs this much more to go from that. And then also like we're doing like a custom paint on there too. And that brought it up like over $4,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Like,
Dude, paint is no joke right now, man. I bought like 11 gallons of paint because I had to repaint the inside of the ranch place, and it was over $700 just for the paint. And then I just bought a 5 gallon of paint to paint the eaves on the outside of the house. A 5 gallon was almost $300.
Dude, I'm gonna just rattle can it.
There you go.
Said, that's what the
Stand back.
house.
Cover your eyes.
That was nice though. We went and checked out the area as well too, just to kind of get some feeling of what's around and whatnot. So a lot of farmland, which is nice. It's an hour from here, from this place, so it's not too far. And it's like an hour. It's Central Florida. It's like central. So it's like it's about an hour from everything. It's like an hour from Tampa, hour from Daytona, hour from Orlando, hour from my parents. It's so I'm looking forward to it. And it was just nice to kind of go out there and take a day trip with the family. So
yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm in it, man. What's I'll talk about my stuff after. Buff, what have you been up to, man?
Gaming and working out. I'm debating, supposed to maybe do a bodybuilding competition next Saturday. I'm kind of waiting to see if I'm comfortable, if I'm going to be ready or not. I'm looking, my abs are and I'm looking good, but I'm just like, am I where I want to be? So I'm gonna make that call this weekend. But yeah, just enjoying some gaming. Work's kicking my butt, as I'm sure most people who listen to this can relate. So yeah. Ready for spring though. We're getting there.
Yeah, I feel that, man. And luckily that's not a question I have to wrestle with. I don't have to worry about doing bodybuilding competitions. It's not in the cards for me.
Dude, I haven't been like into like working out in a proper gym forever, and I'm so sad. I'm so depressed that I haven't been able to like
your serotonin goes weights,
down, dude.
Yeah,
it's so too. Bad. So like I can't wait till I get to the next place because I'm making a nice gym setup.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to be doing in the basement at the ranch, because I've only been to the gym a handful of times, and I've worked out consistently 4 to 5 days a week for over 10 years, 10, 12 years. And then like when you start to see that go, it's just so depressing. But I don't have time in my day, man. Like I can't get there, and it sucks. But hopefully things will be better when we move. Yeah, man. I had a deal like the windows came in on a shipment late before my trip. I already went down to the ranch one time, cleaned stuff out. I built a wall, sheetrocked it, fixed the ceiling, painted all that, did the texturing, whole bunch of work. It didn't come in time.
Ceiling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. The biggest popcorns. I didn't have time, or I didn't come in time. So I have 2 trailers I had to get down there, and I'm like, whoa, whatever. So Sunday I got up at 4 a.m. and hauled the windows clear out there, unhooked the trailer, turned around and drove home. 13 hours in the truck, man, by myself one day, just down and back. And then in the morning, I got the siding and doors all on a trailer. We'll be grabbing that and taking off, headed down there that way in the morning. And the contractor's
real life trucking Monday. Simulator, man.
Dude, I am.
Yeah. You should stream it while you drive.
I should. It's basically American Truck Sim. I am basically living Shit Pants LLC logistics company. That's what it feels like, which is awesome that gas is $4 a gallon when my truck gets 9 miles to gallon when I'm pulling a trailer.
Dude, I feel that. I know everyone in chat probably who drives does as well. It's
yeah. It is brutal. So that's what I'll be doing all next week. The contractors are going to be there. I'm going to be working on the place. There's a decent shot that there won't be an episode next week with just everything going on, unless something crazy happens and I get back early and these guys are down. So we'll just have to see. Stay tuned. Like I've been saying, stay tuned. Next couple months are going to be touch and go, but yeah, we will do the best we can. With that being said, if you guys do have a chance, go ahead and share the show around. That helps a lot. Hit the like button on the YouTube portion. If you're listening at home, drop a 5-star review. All those things you can do for free. That helps us out quite a bit. We really appreciate it. Should we get into the stuff?
Let's do it.
I think we get into the stuff.
There's quite a bit of stuff.
A lot of stuff. I'm excited for the stuff.
The first thing I wanted to talk about was Road to Vostok, man. It finally came out. Like we've been following this project since the beginning, and it's kind of surreal that it's out in the wild, man.
Yeah, to see actual like Steam reviews and just people's reactions to it. I've been kind of going through the reviews lately as well too. But
I did too. It's still mostly positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 81% right now.
Nice.
Oh, that very positive. That's what it is.
Yeah, very positive. 81. Dang, that's awesome. Yeah, so it's really crazy. If you guys didn't know, I also believe it's on sale right now. So yeah, from now until April 21st, it's 25% off. So you can get it for $14.99, which I bought it. Nice. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I will. We'll get into it.
One too.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Gray Zone has been kind of taken up most of the time lately. We'll get into that pretty good, but wanted to make you guys all aware that Auntie did get his project out. This game is crazy, man. From 95% of it, would you say, Blue is single developer? Like he had a few contractors, but
95, 96.8, something like that. Like
yeah, vast majority of it by Auntie. If you guys don't know, he was on the podcast a couple years ago talking about the project, and yeah, man, it's pretty cool. We just did an updated interview on the Push to Talk. He said when he gets settled down, he wants to come back on this show. So in a couple months, we're hoping we can get him to come back on.
Get some rest, dude. I know he especially on launch day. I know he wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, it's not like you have a team of people in the studio ready to squash bugs. It's like he said I think he did a face reveal, and he did like a video where he kind of announced early access.
Yeah.
And he said, like, back in my office or my bedroom so he works out of his bedroom. So like
that's insane, dude. I'm excited to jump into this. I haven't played any of the tests yet, so.
But it also too, like, what a crazy like life story. He's just an interesting dude.
Super interesting dude.
Like from a military officer as well too. Like I think he did he said 14 years.
Wow.
He did as a military finished military officer, which is like, damn, like can't believe doing that. Also, I want to say that video, that snow area, it looks so comfy. He set it up so right. It was such a vibe. Yeah.
So is it winter over there now?
I always just think it's winter in Finland. I think
it's not, is it? Because it's northern hemisphere. So I don't know. There's my American education kicking in again.
It's just always snowing. All right. I don't care what anyone says.
I don't want people to get mad at me, man. I'm just trying to make it over here. Okay. I'm just trying to survive on my little piece of earth over here.
It's cold. Okay. I just looked it up. It's 34 degrees right now.
It's chilly.
It's chilly. It's chilly. Probably not much snow, but it's chilly still.
For those of you following along, he did tweet. He said the past 24 hours have been absolutely insane. Road to Vostok is currently a top seller in many countries, front page on Steam, and very positive rating. I will share some launch stats when I have gathered enough data, but I can already say that the launch has been extremely successful for a solo dev and secured the entire production budget for this game for years and years to come. So the game is going to be worked on. The game's going to be supported after day one. He's locked in and has the funds to continue to keep going. It's much deserved and really cool to see. I can't wait to play. I think it's going to be a pretty fun game to stream too, because even though it's solo, you can stream it, and it like how the permadeath stuff is. I think it'll be pretty cool to watch too. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it, and
same,
and being able to stream that and stuff. Will be pretty funny. I've also been seeing, I read some of the comments, and people were kind of saying their frame rates were insane. Like people, and I watched people streaming it, and they were in 1440p, like maxed out, getting like 200 or 300 frames.
Dude, this on like is going to be, I think you guys mentioned it on the push to talk, that this is going to be like the game that showcases what Godot could do. So like when the Godot engine starts putting out like marketing and stuff like that, and starts showing games made on the Godot engine, like Road to Vostok is going to be like top contender for sure.
Yeah, it's an open source engine too, and nobody's made a project on it like to this scale, and to have it come out this clean and like working great, and people are loving it.
One guy, dude.
Yeah, that's man. I don't know. It's
insane.
Just, it's such an anomaly. It's
the workflow that he has is just, I mean, nonstop for sure. Is he married? Does he have a family, dude? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know either, man. Does he see anyone? Does he he's married to the game for real.
I mean, we did finally get a face reveal. He's a handsome fella. I think he's probably doing pretty good, but I don't know. Maybe he's developing all the time. I don't want to get into it. I don't know. But anyway, it's cool to see, and yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see how it moves forward now. And that's what I'm going to really love talking about him. I think we're going to get him on at a really good time, because it'll be cool to ask him what the future of the game is going to look like now these kind of secured funds, right? So like this might change his trajectory and what he wants to do with the game now that he knows he has plenty of money. The other thing he did, not only was it a single dev, he got it to early access launch up until this point without external funding and losing any what do I want to say, proprietorship of the IP.
Yeah, he owns it all, man.
He solely owns it. There's no debt. It's free and clear. So like he's like
pure profit.
Yep. He's doing it right, man.
I mean, he said what it's for. He secured the budget for this and many years to come. So like, yeah, I'm really curious, because I know also, again, back to the push to talk stuff, but like I know his like biggest competitor, he said to him, is stalker modding, but even then it's like that's had years to go. And I keep looking, and I look at the reviews too, and some of the reviews are like, I look at the negative stuff too, and I'm just like, some guys just don't get it. If that means anything, like this game is not meant to be super easy. I think it's a big learning curve as well too. And you know, a lot of it was like, oh, it's a walking simulator. It's like, oh, yeah, that's kind of the point. Like you kind of, you're walking, you're looting, you're finding very like scarce loot in the beginning, you know. I look at the reviews that are like, oh, just go play Stalker Anomaly. And they only got like not even an hour into the game. So like you didn't even like crack into the game to actually see the potential in it as well too. So and also again, the Stalker Anomaly has so many years on top of it, with hundreds, thousands of just random modders making stuff for it for free as well too. So you know, to see this come out is again by one guy is just insane. But
yeah. And yeah, like Negan said in chat too, there's going to be mods too. So I think there's already mods that like take away the permadeath if you don't want that. And yeah, he talked about modding and how he expects modding to go kind of crazy in this game as well. So somebody might build something wild off of this game too. So he's leaving that to the community to do as well. So that's pretty cool. I just can't believe how good it looks and how well it runs for early access. And I know I get the caveat that it's a single player, so there's no networking and stuff to worry about. I know that gets into the way of frame rates a lot of times, and takes a lot of computing budget sometimes to keep netcode going. But I don't know, man. It looks so good and crispy, and I don't know. The world building is nuts. Everything.
The lighting is probably one of the best features of this game, especially at night with a campfire and stuff like that. Like, and
it's not Unreal. He told Unity to piss off and built this in a open source engine. Like, crazy, man. So yeah, and he kept the whole time. He kept to his roadmap and his devlogs, and switched engines midstream. And that was
the quickest turnaround I've ever seen for even like, I can't imagine a AAA company doing something like this. Having to completely switch engines mid-development and still be on time.
No, there's no way.
They would be delayed 100%. So the fact that he's like, all right, well, this is what I'm doing.
With like 17 studios and deliver slop. So
yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I don't.
Yeah. Theoretically. Yeah. A totally hypothetical situation.
Something with fields in it and things like that. I don't know.
Yep. But I think we'll probably circle around and revisit this game when some of us have got more time with it. Like you said, it just came out, and none of us have played it yet, have we?
I have not.
Not since the last like couple demos ago.
I played the demo. You made me yawn. I played.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I played the most recent demo. A fair amount, and it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what all was added and changed, and the reviews got me pretty pumped. So we'll revisit this definitely when some of us have got some playing time. Let's
proud of you.
Shout out Auntie, friend of the program, dude. He for real though, like he's a real one, because he, especially early on in our show all the time, he was here in chat like all the time hanging out with us, and like just a super cool dude. And we're rooting for him. It's cool to see the success. Much deserved. So definitely. The meat of the program is probably going to be Gray Zone 0.4 Spearhead. We have got some time with it. We have been playing it, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the positives. We're going to talk about the negatives. I have a few negatives. I have a few things that could use some work.
Hold on. We haven't made a episode since it released.
No.
Damn. I feel like, why do I feel like it released such a long time ago already? Like I think I've already played too many hours of Point Forty.
Are you over it already?
I did a lot of solo stuff as well too.
You got to be one of those. You got to be one of those people. Could be one of those people and be like, dude, there's not enough to play in this game. Like, how long did you play it? 600 hours in the last week.
Yeah. Well, this is my second time redoing all the quests.
Yeah. So anyway, who wants to start with their thoughts? I have many, but I should.
You have many.
I should let someone else.
What you got? I know you were just playing it recently, right, Buff?
Yeah, I actually just got off before the show. So yeah, I mean, I didn't play the previous update, so I don't think I had played since probably it's been close to a year.
Yeah, I ain't played. I'm in the same boat as well too.
Yeah. Okay. So jumping into this update last week, I've streamed it a few times as videos. It feels like a completely different game to me. Now, I think with a lot of the engine stuff they did in movement, they did a lot of work with this, so it rightfully so feels like a different game. I mean, outside of the fact that I hadn't played it in a while, but some of the things that stand out to me just from the past week are, I think, the questing system, like the tasks not needing to fly back to the main base or fob every single time, so you can turn things in the wild, is huge. They added a lot more tasks and quests out there. The new weapons are really fun. I think one thing I'm really enjoying too is just the blueprint system, as far as like finding those magazines and turning them in. Um, like I said, the new weapons. I got my hands on the KS1, the Knights Armament KS1 today, which is a lot of fun to use. 500 different attachments. So the game, to me, not to make the comparison, but it's hard not to. It feels like a really awesome Ghost Recon in first person. So it feels like Wildlands or something, just better. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm just playing the PvE mode. I know there's been some criticism regarding the PvP mode, but I think when you look at everything they did with this huge overhaul and had to rebuild the whole game, we just talked about Auntie doing that. They did this same thing too for this update. So I saw some criticism regarding the PvP stuff, but I think a lot of that is also people that, I mean, I understand the criticism there and it's justified, but they never said that was a focus for this update. And I think they even made a point that it was going to be the focus for the next update because of all the work that they had to do to the graphical overhaul, rebuild the game, the weather system. There's a lot to this update. So if you're just playing PvP and getting annoyed and putting the game down because of the red circle issue, which is clearly a problem, but you're missing the whole point of this update by just putting it down. And I saw operator Drewski posted something that the red circle thing, and then he uninstalled it.
Like, holy shit, dude.
Went back to base, uninstall. No, I like Drewski and his content for sure, but like that's a huge overreaction, and I think you're missing. I think Madfinger, and Rick and the developers, as far as development studios go, hands down the most transparent development team out there in studio. They're Rick is always answering messages. The team is always answering messages. They're taking player feedback. They're always on socials. So this is, in my mind, from what I've seen, the best dev team in studio you could ask for, and they clearly care about the game and the player base. I think that's been shown. So to just be like, oh, there's a red circle, they uninstall the game, and just you're missing the whole point of the update, and missing everything that it has to offer. So I think if you're upset with that, it's like I said, it's justified. It's an issue that they are aware of and going to fix, but there is a whole lot in this update to enjoy, and I've put in quite a lot of hours so far, and I'm just scratching the surface. So it's a lot of fun, especially the whole graphic overhaul, 500 plus attachments. There's a lot to this game. So to just uninstall it over that, you're missing.
Yeah, that was wild.
That they did.
That was a gross overreaction.
Oh, for sure, and I'm not trying to like call them out or anything, but I think when you have a channel that large and that much influence, to just disregard the game and overreact like that is, if it were Call of Duty or Battlefield, going on rants and F these guys, completely justified. But Madfinger is just, and that whole team cares about the project. They're extremely transparent. So I think that's just kind of not the way you should go about it. There's a lot to this game that you're missing if that's what you're doing.
Yep, I agree.
I love it. I love it. Overall thoughts, like if I'm rating this out of 10 for this update, like, giving it 9.5. I don't have any issues with what I've been playing. So I mean, I could give it a 10, to be honest. I'm having a blast with it.
I think yeah, do you want to go Blue on some, what do you think? Or...
I mean, I think I pretty much agree with mostly everything. I think I would probably out of 10 I might go a little bit lower, 8.5, only due to I think the AI in particular was my biggest gripe back in the day. And it's gotten 10 times better for sure, but I'm still seeing the you know, a bit of a, not bullet sponge, because they're definitely not, if you get them right in the head, they're pretty much going down. But I don't know if it's just a hit registration thing or a caliber issue or a zeroing issue. I've heard that was a big thing as well too.
It's like a height over bore thing. So I did see they responded to something the other day, because there is a height over bore.
Is it like an issue that they said?
No, that like that part is supposed to be there, I believe, but some of the stuff,
because I get height over bore for sure.
Yeah,
a couple of this
sent in some gameplay and they broke it down, and like some of the bullets are, will hit the gun and ricochet, and you think it's a headshot or a hit when it's actually hitting the gun. Then it's in the plate carrier. But again, if you're aiming, you want to aim a little bit up because of height over bore to hit the head. If you're hitting, also like one of the issues that they are aware of is like thorax shots, so the throat upper right above where the plates would be also, and the upper chest, like they're aware that because there's no major organs there, like it
doesn't do anything. It doesn't take them out.
Right. So
I have a fix for that. I'm thinking about making a video, because sometimes you will like mag dump an AI and it takes like 8 or 9 bullets to kill him, and you're like, what the hell?
Because even to be honest, even it depends. It doesn't even have to be headshot or thorax. Like to be honest, if you're taking a few shots to the chest, and it's this thing, like I'm still in the early stages, so I'm not really going against guys that have plate carriers, so I'm hitting just normal looking AI with chest rigs. And I'm still like, dude, you should have been down. A couple bullets ago.
Here's the thing they need to do. So that is one of the nice things about the health pool system, is that you can balance that stuff way easier. A bullet does this amount of HP damage. You can really tweak and fine tune balancing. They're trying to do the simulation. My fix lets them stick with that simulation where the organs are a thing, blood is a thing. What it needs to do is on AI, just tweak it on AI, because the time to kill and death on PMCs is pretty good when it's PvP, I think, in my opinion.
Stuff, yeah.
So what I think they should do is up the bleed rate a lot, because if you would shoot, and this keeps right along with the realism motif that they're chasing, if you shoot somebody in the neck, they're going to bleed real quickly. It doesn't. So I think if they update that, and then you take more bullets in limbs and stuff on the AI, increase that bleed rate big time. So
I wonder if they could do it for like the femoral area as well too. And get that artery going as well. That's a pretty big one.
Potentially. So I would think like you shoot them in the neck, super fast bleed to where they're going down in 5 to 8 seconds. You shoot them again, maybe they go down in 3 seconds. You get 3 bullets in them, they're incapacitated because they've lost so much blood. Like to have the AI have the same afflictions that the PMCs do, but just up the bleed rate a fair amount on the AI, and I think it would feel a lot better, and it would also stick right along with their realistic.
I like that. It would be cool too to see like if they did a because they have like the new hit animations. If they were to like if they got hit in the neck, go reach for the neck and like try to hold the blood and stuff like that as well too. I think that'd be kind of funny, but because I know Ground Branch out of all games, they did their like death animations pretty good. I don't know if you remember seeing that. They probably watched a couple live league videos back in the day, because it was like they were squirming on the ground and then just limp, so it's like I think that'd be kind of interesting to see this get into it, because I also am a big PvEer in this game because of the issues of the PvP. I'm still not a fan of the whole cop system. Again, I know they haven't touched it because of everything else they've done. So I'm, I was actually, I was watching Jesse Kazam's video.
I saw that one,
yeah, and he worded it perfectly. It's like if you have like what you said, Crash, like 600 plus hours in, and you've already done everything over and over again, like this might not be the update for you. But for people like me and Buff, where it's like we haven't played since I think the last time I played is when they introduced night vision, and the performance was better back then, so now it's like, oh, this is 100% the time to get some game in, figure out the new quest line and how that works and the lore that comes through it as well too. But I think for people that are just purely PvPers, I think they're gonna, I don't know, if that's all you're looking for, then like you might like the cop system, because then you could just go back and forth and just kill each other. But I think another guy I was watching, Airwing Marine as well too.
He's got great content too, and he did
his
some good videos on
like the whole race to the bottom of like going against cops, and everyone just kind of stashes the loot as soon as they kill someone.
Out.
And so then you just go, instead of going with your best loot or something like that, you're just gonna go with like a shotgun or a crappy pistol or even a knife if you're good enough of it. And then the loot that you would grab from a player just doesn't really matter as much. So, and just the fact that, again, there's no time limit on when a cop can be taken. There's no what's the word? There's no and the whole aggressor, issue as well too. When you're like, dude, I'm gonna shoot over a friendly's head by accident or something like that. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna throw a grenade and a blueberry's gonna run into the same room by accident. So it's like I shouldn't be 100% punished for that, especially like if you're trying to retreat and like your friend goes down, you grab his stuff, but now you can't because you just happened to whiz a bullet past his head and he got suppressed, and now you're an aggressor. Like, I think that doesn't help, and then it doesn't help too in a PvE scenario, because then the same thing, you can get the aggressor as well too. But again, it's like the little things kind of start to add up. So I get the frustration. I don't get the uninstall, but I get the frustration as well too. But I also see that this is now like, and I kind of go back and forth. I've been watching a lot of, I was watching a lot of, I was watching Karma Cut's video on Bellum, which we'll get into later, but like, he's like, this is just the beginning. And he keeps saying that over and over again. It's like, this feels like this is now, again, a good relaunch, because we already saw the player count as well too for Gray Zone Warfare. The Gray Zone player count has improved and stayed up as well too. That's what I was kind of worried about at the beginning. Like, we would get the big spike of players, and then they would be like, maybe not enough, and then just leave again. No, people are staying and like continuing to play and explore the world. So I was like, okay, all right. So they definitely did something good with that. And then to again, to the point of just like, this is like you said, this is the foundation that the game needed. And for, again, back to my old point, is for gamers like us that haven't played in a while, this is the update as well that brought us back and has kept us. I just wish I had more time, to be fair. There's a lot to explore. The whole system of like, if you fail a quest, you lose some rev, then you got to wait for the cooldown to do the mission again. So it means something if you die on a quest, instead of just getting back on a helicopter, going back to your body and starting back again, So you want to survive out there. You want to, I think solo, when I was playing solo, I went to the main base once just to kind of return something. And then I was back out there just staying.
Very few missions make you go to the main base, which is nice.
I get annoyed when I have to go back. Do I really got to leave? Do I really got to go back? I don't want to go back.
Because it's usually like a 2-minute helicopter ride, depending on where you are. Like,
depending on where the helicopter probably takes the route, sometimes they got to look at some of those routes. I'm like, you're going around. I was like, what are you doing, man? It's like I see the LZ. You passed right by it. Why are you going past it right now, man? So. Just all in all, great update. Good foundation. There's still plenty of work to do. Let them cook. And I'm excited to see more of the roadside picnic influence come into play. There might be stuff already that people haven't found yet as well too, which would be really cool to see.
I mean, that's a good point, Liz. They added a lot of additional POIs to this update too. So not that I even came close to exploring the whole map to begin with, but like, I was just down today playing, and I've been there a few times for some some of the blueprint magazines that you need. But Fort Nerith, like that's one area I maybe went in once or twice in previous updates, and now I've kind of I don't even have like quests down there. I'm just down there because I did have some things kind of in the area, and then I was getting the blueprints. So going through there, like I found a lot of keys. There's the finding the codes to like the armory bunker, ATC tower, having those keys, like the loot, killing the bosses that will be around and getting those guns and high tier loot. Like there's so much to be had there. Like I just did a really fun.
It's a fun time with friends, man.
Yeah, I've just been running with Justin typically and just having a blast, man. There's just so much to explore, and I've explored and been to maybe like not even 10% of the map. There's a stat in there that tells you like exploration of the map, and I'm like,
does it? Yeah, I'm 5%. Not even close. Yeah. I remember when Crash, when he first played the game, and his main goal was just to run the entire map. I don't know if you remember that, Crash.
Yeah, run around the whole thing. I just ran for like hours.
Just ran.
Forrest Gumped it, man. Felt like running.
Like right there on your video, I don't know if that's a player you killed, but that AK-15 that guy had is one of the ones you can get off the bosses, which is solid. So like, I think it's Artisan level 4 has the big orange backpack, and I was able to buy it off Vulture. So it's a 42 container size backpack, and I go into Fort Nerith and come out with like 3 guns in my bag, bunch of like loot and stuff. It's a lot of fun. New carrier, new it's just there's so much more content here outside of the PvP, which to touch on what Blue brought up is like they know it's an issue, and they were clear they didn't have a chance to touch it because of everything they had to do. But I think Blue's brought up a good point, is like this I think laid the foundation for where the game is going to go now. I think we can all see that potential that we knew was there is there now and visible. And now it's easier to build up, and especially having to rebuild the whole game. I would anticipate updates coming out a little a faster cadence compared to what they have been, because clearly they've been doing a lot of work in the background. So, which I think they made pretty clear in some of their dev logs. So,
yeah. Are you ready for me?
Yeah.
I'm ready for
I think you guys are wrong. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I do disagree a little bit. I think the PvP is really good in this update. I think I would like to see the red circles go as well. Especially now, but it can't be undersold, in my opinion, how awesome it is to see all the tasks spatially on the map, like you guys touched on. That is so freaking nice. It's so awesome. It cuts down on chopper times because you can chain quests together and just move across the map and stuff.
Like, and you're not Googling how to like where is this, blah,
you can
blah, blah.
Exactly, Buff. You can
that Gray Zone Warfare map website is probably not doing so hot right now.
It does okay because if people want the magazines and stuff, you can still look up quests on there.
Okay, all right.
But you can more so play the game organically and just stay in the game, find an area, search for it yourself in a reasonable area.
It's not needed like it was before.
Yeah. If you want to speed run stuff, you can still get on GW Tac Map and get stuff going. But you can now play the game organically, stay in the game with the information you have on your screen and play it. It's really cool. There's a bunch of puzzles and quests to unlock doors and things like that. It's really cool. I do see a lot of the quests get a little bit repetitive, and I know that's going to change a lot when it gets closer to 1.0, but it's always like go find a dead guy and then find the note next to him. And that
a lot of the early quests can be a little repetitive.
My problem with the quest line is I think it's really hard sometimes I think they could add, it would be really cool if they added some way to sort things a little bit better, like maybe a filter on the map. It would be, because sometimes it's hard to find your first time quests that you haven't done yet and your main quests.
Crash. Justin was saying he can filter stuff. He figured out how to filter stuff. So
on the map?
I think it is there. It just might not be super obvious.
Okay. Well, I hope so. That would be really cool. I hope there's a way to filter things, because I personally had a hard time like finding main quests that I hadn't done yet and how they repeat. So you kind of think sometimes if you're not paying attention, you'll accidentally accept a quest you just finished and it comes back up again. So that's a thing. The other thing I about PvP. I think now where there's more to do around the map and more places to be around the map, there is the PvP is awesome. And I really do agree with what Mara has said, that the game is meant to be played that way. Because if you, the best, I will say, the best way to play the game, in my opinion, is in the PvP servers questing. Because you're going out with a mission, you're doing quests, not taking cops, which is easier to do. And I think more people are doing it. Well, I played with Zyko and Ty, and we played for about 6 hours in the PvP servers only. And we came across 3 or 4 other squads, but we were out doing missions. We'd hear gunshots like, oh shit, somebody's close. And we had those moments of truly emergent PvP where you never knew when it was going to happen. You never knew where it was going to come from.
Yeah.
And that threat was always there. And it was, it was awesome.
Like that. Yes. I'm okay with that. Those random PvP moments, because when it happens naturally and it's like part of the world, that's great. I just don't like it when the main focus would be a cop, and then that then could potentially ruin your experience because it's just back and forth around a certain quest area as well too.
Yeah,
that's when it gets more annoying. Again, it's not like a broken system; it's more just an annoying one. But
are you
when
hearing?
It happens naturally?
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah, your mic went really weird. You like got all
my thing is being all weird. I think we're good.
Yeah, sounds good now.
Okay, it just I heard like robot. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Terminator.
You talk shit on the Gray Zone AI and they just rolled up.
Yep.
No, but I think that's how the game is supposed to be played. And I think, Blue, you would find that people are doing that more because there's more to do around the map. I played for 6 hours and I did not see any cop roulette, like conquest type stuff over and over.
Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, I think you'll get to that point. Right now, everyone's just doing the quest and
doing it again.
Oh my god! Hold on 1 second. Let me unplug it.
Guys, he's doing a tech support. He's gonna
try turning it off and turn it back on again.
That's the play. Also, you now owe Buff $35 for a diagnosing fee.
Yeah,
for that.
How's it now? My rate's higher than that. So
is it back? Blue, are you back? Oh, it's booting up. His XLR interface is a series of tubes. They have to warm up. But anyway, yeah, I think PvP is a lot better in this. I would like to see it where the red circle's pissed off. I would like to see I like to play it like that and see how it goes. I think the AI needs to bleed faster. I think that would fix a lot of the spongy AI. But other than that, man, it's such a great update. I love the map. I love the quests on the map.
The map is dude. But not even that, just like finding hidden areas. I just happen to stumble across areas where there happens to be a boss or really great loot, and it's just in the middle of nowhere, like a little tiny spot that you would never see.
But they also did a thing where they kind of placed the quest to get you to go out farther and explore some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can
It works.
He's back.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna fire back when fired upon, Blue. Okay. I won't stand for it. But no, they did a really good job with a lot of the quests that make you go and see some of those places. And like you said, Buff, I was doing some quests the other night where I came across the new swamp biome. I was looking for it because I saw it in the trailers. I was looking for the poppy fields for Banshee, and I came across the swamp area, and I'm like, oh shit, here we are. So yeah, the one of the positives of having the quests out on the map and exploring stuff is it makes you go to those other places and see those new things. And yeah, man, it's really cool. And there's just so much they can do with it. And I totally agree with you guys to where we're getting a good base of a game. Like it's starting to take form, and you can really build off of this persistent world now. You can add a lot more. I would love to see some like dynamic events where things pop up, maybe like a chopper crashed over here, it's got valuable loot on it, like, and it would get people to come to an area or something to try to fight over it, like a high risk area or something like that. But I really think, and I'm not gonna lie, I have probably also spent more time in PvE because when I'm streaming, it's so chill to go in PvE and do some of the remote quests and talk to chat and just put on some music and explore and have a good time. But I really think the game shines for me and gets the adrenaline pumping in PvP. And I think I will agree with the caveat that Blue said. At least now people are playing it what I would consider correctly, where they're going around doing missions and you come across people sometime. Like we were doing one up by Hunter's Paradise. We thought we heard a suppressed shot in the distance. We waited, listened, didn't hear anything. And then we went up to the chopper pad. We called our chopper in, and it still had like 30 seconds or a minute, and another chopper's landed. And we're like, wait a minute. And I peeked up through the bush and I saw the other team run and get on the chopper. They were right in front of us. And we didn't even know it. And we couldn't shoot them because, you know, you get invulnerable when you get on the chopper.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we just sat in a bush and watched them take off and fly away, and they never knew we were there. Probably.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like I just had a lot of moments like that. My first PvP kill was a knife. I ran back to get my stuff, and all his buddies were there, so I just had a knife and I hid behind the door, and the guy came out of the door and I shanked him in the ear and killed him. And then his buddies mowed me down, but it was still cool.
Still worth.
Yeah, worth it. I stabbed the guy in the head, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, man, I really like it a lot. I'd like to see those changes to the AI. I'd also like to see some new dynamic events and stuff like that. I think that's going to be coming to the game. But yeah, man, it's crazy to see the changes that they made. And I mean, you guys played it back when it was like negative, all choppers are in the air. Like you guys remember that when you couldn't get on a chopper, and they've done such a good job of like minimizing time in the air. And although I think PvP is a way to play, I really like, and you know, the PvP people will say it's kind of annoying that you can level up on PvE stuff and then come in and be all geared up in PvP. But it's so nice to kind of choose how you want to play and work on the same character.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Yeah, I don't have time to swear right now. I go in, I do my quest, and I leave. Like I don't have time to maybe spend an hour fighting in a certain village or a city because I'm just trying to get to the next quest. And then I just don't have the time. And people are like, oh, well, then just go play a different game. Like they gave me the option. They gave me a PvE option. I'm taking it. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that would be cool. What Awesome said in chat, it'd be cool if there was maybe more of an incentive to do that in PvP. Maybe you earn a little bit more money in PvP, like for taking the risk, or you get a little more XP or something.
I would like to see something like that. Yeah, like if you're doing only PvP stuff, even if it, I don't know, something cosmetic or something like that. I know they got the patches now and the shirts and stuff like that. So like I would just be interested to see something along those lines. But
someone brought up like have PvP events, like specific spots on the map at certain times.
What was it? Airwing brought that up in his video too.
Yeah,
like having airdrops, which I think
that's what I was saying
in the future.
Yeah,
I think having those natural PvP events that they come, there's a big PvP in a certain area, and then it's gone, and then you continue on with your quests and stuff like that. So like that would be cool, because then it's like, to be honest, it's giving me like Rust vibes, which is kind of popping off right now, crazy enough. But airdrops and stuff like that, would be really cool to see. And then that would make it just more of like an MMO type feel to the game, more RPG like as well. So I did agree with Fry's frustration of like, it sucks that you do all this work for all these cops, and then your friend wants to join you and you have to probably get out the server and go back in and all that.
I mean, yeah, it depended on like server.
It felt kind of wasted. And it was like we were, we knew we were going to be waiting in queue forever, so we would just queue up again. So it's like,
tell your friend not to be late.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and people do that too, just to kind of like combat log as well too.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can do that.
They're gonna lose the cop, and then they're just I'm gonna leave and go to a different server where we might have the cop that I just fought for anyways. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like, again, it still kind of revolves around the cost system. I kind of wish there was like a time limit on it or something, or I don't know, maybe a certain limit when you can use your stash, when you can't after you take it, because then you got to wait for a little bit, maybe a certain timer. That way the person who died might have a chance to come back and get their loot as well too. So that might be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I just, something maybe a little bit more persistent would be cool. But now we're getting into like different server side additions and stuff like that. And I don't think that's possible anywhere in the near future. So yeah, we'll see what 0.5 brings.
Yeah, and to tie it up, I did want to touch on that. It makes me really excited for 0.5 when you start to add some more of the story to it, but you add crafting on top of this to make it even more.
The crafting I'm excited for. I'm very curious to see what that's going to be like.
Add another layer to the looting and a reason to explore and find stuff and search for things.
Yeah. Little things, things that are junk now. Because we and just to kind of mention, like Incursion did the same thing too. It's like there was so much like crap loot that just didn't matter, and now it actually matters. It feels nice to be able to like grab duct tape, grab this, grab that, grab oil and gunpowder or whatever. So
Yep. Super cool.
What's your rating on it? Because I'm like 8.5 out of 10. And Buff is like 9.5. What are you at?
Yeah, I'm 8.5. I really like it. Yeah. I want to see some fixes to the AI. I think my idea is perfect. I think I'm amazing and have great ideas. And they should implement that. And then it'd be like a 9 probably. Yeah. And then I would like to see maybe a little bit easier way to see like where you are task wise, and sort things by like first time tasks, sort things by main task would be cool. Just to filter.
The quality of life stuff would be cool like that. Yeah.
Shared tasks that they said they're going to work on, that'll help a lot too. But like I said, man, I like being able to if you get on with your friends, you're in the main fob and you're like, let's go here. I have a quest here. Let's do that. Oh, I have one here. Okay. We can hit that on the way. Then we'll drop on this LZ and bounce. And you can just plan a route and go out and start hitting stuff. It's
like I think I was going to mention this last time. It was like that. Like we're nitpicking right now.
100%.
That's a good sign, compared to when it first launched, where some people couldn't even play the game.
Yeah, it's a completely different game. This was a great update, and I kind of stuck my foot in my mouth on the deal. Even on the Push to Talk podcast, I said I don't think this update is going to be that meaningful. I think it's going to be a great step to 0.5. I don't think a lot of people are going to come back to the game. And I was like completely wrong. So there you go.
I'd rather you be wrong about that than right. So especially for the potential this game has.
That's why I'm always a pessimist, because I'm either correct or I'm pleasantly surprised. So that's why I'm always doom and gloom.
Doom and gloom.
Yeah. So that's that. The next thing we were going to cover a little bit was I don't have too much to say on this is Bellum. That is also out in the wild, the beta playtest. Did you see that trailer, man?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
The trailer was sick, man.
Yeah.
I did not see it yet. So hang on, it's an open play test tomorrow, or you got
it's a beta testers for I think deluxe edition.
Okay. Yep. So how it is like Yep. So how it is now, there's 3 different editions so far. It's been the supporters that have been able to play on playtest weekends. Now that they're going into beta, it's going to be, the servers are going to be open every weekend while they test things. And the lower tier, that's $45.99, can now play every weekend on the beta. Then later on, when they go to early access, all editions get in, and that's when they kick the servers on 24/7. So
yeah.
And if you guys haven't checked it out, it might not be a bad time. We actually just did we've had Karma on this podcast several episodes ago. You can search that up for an earlier one. And then Fry and I interviewed him on the Push to Talk again. That will be out on Fry's channel tomorrow. So if you're interested in it, you can check that out. But yeah, this is another game, man. Like, I have so many games I want to play right now. I'm excited for Wardogs.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want to play Way of the Hunter 2. I really want to mess with that game so bad. And then I'd love to try this. How it is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know how much, have you played it, Blue?
Yeah, I have.
And it's 3 teams, right? Like you go in and you hide caches.
No,
or is it 2?
It's 2 teams. Yeah, it's 2 teams.
But the insurgents like go in and like hide caches on the map in the AO, and then
so the playtest I didn't have that game mode.
Okay.
So that would be new to me. Last one was just kind of like kind of just kill everyone until there's none left. So I haven't been able to test that one out yet, which
so apparently
that I'm more excited about. And I was watching Karma's video actually before we did the stream, and he was kind of showcasing that and like seeing how, because the thing about it is that he wants to have like, it's almost like a curated experience every single match.
Yeah.
It's like you're on a mission every single match, which is like his goal, which is like I'm excited for, because that gives the player one immersion of like actually being in the fight with an objective, but also, you know, the motto of the game is like survival. So it's like you're not just worried about the mission itself, but you're also worried about your friendlies and your teammates next to you and stuff like that, which is like a lot of milsim games try to give that aspect or try to make the player feel for your teammates, but they kind of fall short. So I think starting off by saying that and getting the community rallied around it will help out in the future when new players come in and start, especially, you know, starting tomorrow, that when those new players come in, there's already that core community that is willing to sit there and help new players come in to learn the game, because it really is like, and we figured it out pretty hard in the beginning, because like when we first played it was my first time. It was my second play test, and you know, the first play test it was fun, but there really wasn't much to it. By the second one, there was a couple of veterans that we played over and over again, and learning from those guys, and then finally getting it like figuring it out. It felt like, okay, now I get why. Even more so, it means more. It's more important to really stick with your team, because like you play squad and you play armor over forger. There's a lot of people that are kind of just out doing their own thing, and they might get a couple kills here and there. If you try to do that in Bellum, you're dead, dude. Like if you try to go Lone Ranger gung ho by yourself, you are gonna get.
That's what he was saying.
Up. Yeah,
he said it's like all about communication. You have like 40 people that'll work together, and it's so cool when it happens. And he kind of sold me on that cache mode, because he's like, it's pretty simple, like hide and seek, like it's a pretty simple mode. But to be successful at it, the team that communicates and works together the best will win. And he's like, it's like in an hour-and-a-half match, he said like some of the better players and stuff can like survive on one life the entire match. And like,
and that's how it used to be for his, you know, cough advance and his squad ops and stuff like that. There was only limited lives, so it makes your death even more impactful, especially when you're like the Ranger battalion or a platoon, and you're pushing in deeper into the enemy territory to find those caches. Now it's like basically fighting on their home turf, because now they have better spawns and you don't. So if you die, you might have one life left, but you have to go so far to get back to your squad, or maybe spawn on your squad leader if they're in a safe enough spot. But it really, and then if you die again, that's it. You're out of the fight, you know? So it's really interesting to see that his like almost like his events, his personal like Arma 3 back in the day events, like almost come to life naturally every single round. So like I get it even more so. And also just all the systems behind it, all the fragmentation from the rockets and the grenades, the bullets, to the different rocket types of the RPGs, the Gustav, and you know, like they did their homework. And I know he mentioned it on his video too, like they want to add more stuff, like, you know, barrel changes, overheating, jamming, and stuff like that. Awesome. So that'll be like sitting there as a machine gun team, you know, and your barrel gets hot, you have to actually change out your barrel and stuff like that. You can already like link, you know, the rounds together already, so that's kind of cool. So that's just an extra addition as well.
I remember seeing that too, and then like I was like, dude, the pace of updates was insane, like for those play tests. And I just remember that
was slow at first, and then it just ramped up out of nowhere. It was like, whoa, you guys kept doing a lot more. I was like, that was actually kind of impressive.
Yeah, well, and the thing that stuck out to me was when they showed footage of like sharing magazines. Like you can hand your buddy a magazine and put it in the gun for him. I was like, that's so cool,
good, man.
It's so cool. So
now you can be like, I actually need a mag, you know, and actually give your friend a mag. So
yep. But I should let all the listeners know this is not on Steam. We talked about that in the Push to Talk podcast.
Too.
We also talked about that on our show. It's not on Steam. So if you do want to check it out, it's at playbellum.com. He went into the reasons why he didn't go on Steam. I think the biggest reason was to save the 30% that Steam takes. And so they can try to keep so they can like try to keep the game going. He also said he didn't want the player base to get too big too fast and overwhelm them. So this was kind of a way to do that as well. And they're trying to get the community to grow with the game kind of as well. That's why they're slowly letting people in. And
I think he mentioned that too last time with us.
Yeah, he was on here and said that.
If it grows too fast, a lot of people are gonna just kind of like, you're gonna see the big influx of players, and the player count's gonna look nice, and then you're gonna see the drop, and it's just gonna be like an ongoing battle trying to either fight back for that player count, or people are gonna see the drop in player count because they realize that this game isn't a point and click adventure game. You know, and they're just gonna leave.
Yep. So. He said that it's made for a very particular group of people that enjoy milsims and like used to like old squad and stuff like that. And it's not made for the masses. So he doesn't really want the game to go super mainstream and have those. I don't know how to describe it other than casuals or not fans of this genre play the game and then get pissed off at it, talk a bunch of shit. He said it's not exactly. He said it's not like a 50,000 concurrent player game. It's for a very specific community.
I mean, to be honest, I'm thinking like 3 to 10K or something like that, and maybe like I know that's a big range, but like that would be, in my opinion, a pretty successful independently ran milsim game that would have that many concurrent players like per week and stuff like that, so, or per day. So
yeah, so anyway, Play Bellum is out there. That's another game as soon as my life slows down I really want to get some time into, man.
Yes, you haven't really done too many milsim stuff. Like you haven't, like, I don't, you know, like I feel like you should get into like one of those, like, I don't know about an ARMA event because there's just so much to learn. You know?
And that's the other thing he talked about too, is he wanted to keep it like where the game kind of shows you how to play it on its own, and you don't have to like get into a Discord server and study and get somebody to teach you too much. It's pretty easy to pick up on.
Study manuals and you know, TTPs and stuff like that. Yeah, we don't need another game that does that either. So also he did mention too, like in his video he posted that eventually they'll put like a tutorial of some sort, or you know, ways to kind of help teach the player first. So you know. Yeah, check out that trailer. That was giving me the 249 out of the window was giving me some serious warfare vibes. And just oh man, it was this trailer, and then also all the comms in the background, all the communications on the radio were like from live matches. So that's knowing awesome. That and how realistic it sounds. Also, the dude in the trailer just getting what was it? Is getting TBI after TBI, bro, just nonstop. First, an RPG hits right next to his head. Then the concussion from the Gustav backblast, just he's getting knocked all over, bro. No wonder why he just stood in front of the window and got sniped. Like, oh man, poor guy. Like
he was going through it right there.
He's like, first he got up, he was like, oh, I'm okay, and then another Gustav blast goes off, and it's like, damn, dude.
Yep. He's going through it.
Geez.
Tinnitus for sure. Yeah. So anyway, that's the other thing too. It's something that you guys can also wait on it. Like if you're not sold on it, you can wait and see what happens.
Yeah, because even when it comes out to the base game version, like it's still technically early access. They're still gonna fix a lot of stuff. And the biggest thing he said that he wants to work on after everything is kind of set in stone is a big visual upgrade as well too. So because right now it looks okay, but if you it's on UE5, and if you kind of look at it, there's some moments that like, you know, need some work, but I'm not expecting crazy textures yet. Maybe in the future, but
right. Yep. The next thing that we got to talk about, man, is Wardogs. Holy shit!
A lot of information on that, man.
Yeah, I made a video on it when it dropped.
I watched it.
You did?
I also, because I got the email too, and I was like, I got an email like in the morning. I was like, I don't have time to make a video, and I was like, I'll just watch Crash. Like, I know he's gonna make a video, and he did. So.
Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So what Wardogs did is they kind of gave us. It was a little hard to understand, but they gave us kind of like a line in the sand on like what early access is going to look like, and then kind of what they're going to do after that. Kind of the 1.0 visions and stuff like that. But dude, this game is going to have like a gold exchange. So okay, all right. Let's try to get through
Break
this.
it down.
Yeah. So the first early access, how that's going to go down is there's going to be a gold exchange. So basically, we already know, if you've been a listener to the show, you know that this game is kind of like a combined arms round based, sort of like King of the Hill Arma type mode, like a session based multiplayer shooter. However, the consistent progression is that you can earn money. You get money. We even learned that you can tip players. Like if they revive you, you can give them extra money of yours if you want to. So that's pretty cool.
Good job.
But you earn money for doing stuff. You get money for delivering players in the chopper to the AO, for taking logistics in, for building stuff, for healing, reviving, killing. You get money for all that stuff. Throughout a season, you can exchange that money for gold bars. Gold bars is how you buy permanent cosmetics and things in the game that last forever with the gold bars. At the end of the season, there's kind of a soft wipe where everybody's money gets wiped and turned into gold bars. And then you can buy some of those skins and some of those things like that. So that's kind of how it's going to work in the early stages of the game. Later on, what they're going to work towards, and that also has kind of like a stock market exchange rate. So part of the meta game is like being able to like log in and check and see like what the gold bars are going for, and buy low, sell high kind of thing. So there's going to be like an exchange rate that's going to be going on in the game. Then what they're going to work towards later is like a black market system to where you can bribe an arms dealer, they said, to bring you a gun in like 24 hours, so you can pay him, and then he's got to smuggle a gun to you, so you'll pay him and then you'll get that gun later. They're adding a skill tree so you can upgrade your player how you like to play and upgrade those skills into certain ways, however you like to do stuff. There's like on the web, if you guys aren't seeing the screen, there's like a web of like a ton of like skills that you could add and stuff. So that looks like quite a lot. Then they're also going to make it to where you yourself can become an arms dealer. So you can essentially buy parts and stuff and craft weapons, and then buy a crate where you can drop those in game and sell them to other players. So when you're a player in the match, you can work out a deal to buy a gun from somebody else. You call in your crate, you type in how much markup you want it to be, it drops the crate, and other players can come up and purchase those guns, and that money goes to you.
I'm gonna have to walk through a market in the middle of a battlefield.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be selling
guns
stuff.
Here, get your guns here. And
be
it's
like,
guys,
sir,
there's a battle going on over there. Like,
be like, sir, I've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Can you come take a look? So yeah, you can sell your wares on the battlefield. That is crazy. There's just a lot of stuff that they're going to be adding to this game, and I thought the way early access is going to be to where you have how it's going to be off the rip is I thought how it was going to be in perpetuity. Like I thought that was just the game, but there's obviously way more than I thought when it comes to the money and stuff and what you could do. And they said you don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to unlock crafts and pay for that stuff and call stuff in and sell it in the match. They also said there's going to be a ton of different challenges to make you play in different ways to earn money and gold and stuff like that too. But you don't have to play that way. You can still just play the game as you want to. You can go in, shoot, get money, buy loadouts from the trader in game. They also said there's going to be a stash. So that's another, I thought money was going to be the only thing that carried forward match to match. There's a stash that you can access for free in the game. So you can pull stuff from the vendor for free in the game.
Like different editions will get bigger ones.
And they talked about how where it sits on kind of the I don't want to say casual, arcadey versus milsim. And they said that
was a cool breakdown.
That was really cool. Yeah. That's a scale that I've often tried to explain to people in my head, but they illustrated it nicely on like you have like Battlefield, then this game is more hardcore, then you have Arma Tarkov kind of thing. Like it's more hardcore than Battlefield, it's less than like Arma Tarkov.
You got Call of Duty Battlefield on one side, Arma Forger Tarkov on the right, and like Wardogs kind of sits center or right of center.
Yep, just underneath Arma. So I thought that was
very moderate. It's very moderate.
Yeah. I thought that was I thought that was cool. But yeah, there's a lot to it, and I'm excited. I'm hopeful that it works. I think, like I've said from the beginning, I think balancing is going to be a nightmare. I thought the wipe system was interesting, you know, forcing people to go to gold bars to where, you know, you won't have a ton of money. So that makes people, that gives a good entry point for new players when a season changes out. Everybody will be starting from square one. And just combining these elements is going to be really cool to see. Like, I hate to say it because those guys have been super cool to me, but like, succeed or fail, it's going to be cool to watch how it comes together. Like, I'm so interested to see how it plays, like combining a session-based multiplayer shooter with something that has more progression, like an extraction shooter, with money and economy, and like a crazy economy with so many ways to do stuff and earn money and do that. It's going to be cool. I wonder if somebody's going to build like an app. That's what I said in my video. I want an app where I can watch the gold exchange while I poop. So I can always be, I don't want to be in the game.
I think it's gonna be a full-time job for some people. Some people are gonna really
day trading gold bars.
Just sit there, yeah.
You got the guys with like 15 monitors.
Too. Yeah, so I kind of worry about it becoming like the meta game, and then people just take advantage of it. So I'm sure they might, you know, when it comes out and they start seeing people take advantage of it, they might do some tweaks here and there, because it needs to still, I think, in my opinion, stay somewhat balanced for those players who just want to play it normally without the gold bars, stuff like that. So you don't want the people who are just farming gold bars to have a bigger advantage over people that are just getting wiped and then starting again from scratch, because, you know, if they have enough gold bars, they might be able to get better attachments and better vehicles, and you're kind of just in there with like iron sights on your weapon. Like, what am I doing? You know, so I'm curious to see what that will look like in the future. It does kind of suck too that this is like, it feels like all these implementations and these mechanics, it feels like it would be very beneficial for like a persistent server instead of like a round based game, which I know the rounds are going to probably take a while to complete anyways. It's like, what, 100 points to get?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but you know, it does feel like it would be some sort of persistent server type game, but I'm still looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. All right.
Whenever we can get our hands on it.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. Not a Battlefield killer either. That's one thing they mentioned in their little documentary style video, which is really cool. So
I don't think you need to do too much to be a Battlefield killer these days.
Not really.
Nope. What did you guys think of that though? Like we've seen a big controversy online of like people calling out player numbers all the time, and they hit it head on. Like they said there's been some AAA flops, and they said like 3,000 to 10,000 players is success for us. Like I
hope, like good. You said, succeed or fail, man. Like it'd be interesting to see what the player count will be when it actually does release. Because like, what if it is? It's like it can either go right where they said 3 to 5. It can go, or 3 to 10. It can go even higher than that and just completely like obliterate their servers, or it could spike and then just drop for some reason. Who knows? You know, there could be the one thing and I've said it before as well too, and I heard that Fry said as well too on his video, like it could be a performance issue as well too, because it is on UE5 and there's so much going on the screen, and watching those past trailers, you can kind of tell there's some frame rate issues and some lagging and some drops and some like lower just consistent frame rates that is going to be very important when it comes to, you know, fighting these battles. And I can only imagine like you're in the middle of a town area, there's a helicopter above you blowing up a building next to you, that building's crumbling down, that's sending out more entities into the world, and you're trying to fight another player that, you know, maybe a tank comes out, rolls through a building, and it's like all that, and then you get low frames. That would piss me off 100%, especially for like this game that I'm really excited for. That's like the one main issue that I'm worried about is performance.
I think it's
performance and server optimization.
I think it's fair to be worried about that stuff, but I don't think we can call it out, right? Because like you're so early in development, like they still have a lot of time to optimize stuff, but it is definitely a concern with UE5, just UE5 and that much going on, especially in the back end with loot. You can loot other players, so loot changing hands, money changing hands, kills, like just standard
lot
netcode.
of systems intertwining.
So much going on. So, yep. Yeah, I get it. So, yeah, that's Wardogs.
I'm excited.
Let's have Buff fill us in on this operator update. I was just looking through it. And it looks pretty cool. Update.
Yeah, there's a lot to
9.
this, man. Keep watching a lot of YouTubers play, and I'm like, dude, I need to actually get into it, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, so the 0.8 update came out, I think it was January or early February, and that was a huge update. And this one is even bigger. It's a massive update. You have 3 new maps, which are really, really cool. I played through those. Like movement system overhaul. They did some graphic stuff, recoil balance, camera visuals, ballistics. They added a lot to the movement system, so you can vault over things now, which is really nice. For the your attack console for the commander, you can drop multiple strikes in quick succession, also, which is really good. They added also new weapons, so you get and the way they did it is like you have the weapons that are in the game, and so the actual new ones I think were the M9 Beretta, and you can convert that because their gunsmithing system is so above and beyond pretty almost anything next to Tarkov. It could even be better. I don't even know. It's close. But you can take the M9 Beretta, turn it into an M9 A4 Beretta. Now that you have the existing MCX Virtus in game, they added the correct uppers and lowers for a proper LVAW.
Ooh, nice.
Suppressment. So, I mean, you could make it before, but it didn't have the correct handguard and stuff. So they added the correct uppers and lowers, has the right handguard and everything. And it takes the 300 black hours. The other one was just 556. So that's huge. And then they added Knight's Armament KS1 attachments for the M4. So you can take the M4 and convert that into a bunch of different things, but now you can also turn it into the KS1, which is also the L whatever, blah, blah, blah. That was just added in Gray Zone also. So you can make that gun. I think those are the new ones. They reworked the TT 2011 also, and have another model in there for that with different colors. So that's really good. But again, you can see like they also added like sway side to side movements, that how the sway system. So you have like momentum, you have a stamina system based on your weight. So you can no longer just super tactical sprint forever. So you will get tired. And so there's the weight system there. So, I mean, you go through the patch notes, there is a lot there that they did. Rebalancing the recoil for a lot of the weapons too. So I jumped in and played with a lot of the weapons. Like the M7 feels a lot better, a little bit more manageable. So does the Mark 17. That's, I think that's a 7.62 F51. I think that's the biggest caliber in the game currently. So that felt a lot better. I noticed that. I don't know if they changed any sound effects with the weapons, but it always sounded really good. I think they did some things in there I read in the patch notes. And they also teased some weapons for the next update. Every update they kind of tease a little bit of what's coming weapon wise for the next one. So, in the shooting range room, before you go into the range itself, there's like a desk, and on that desk there is now what I believe is an M240 Lima light machine gun. So the M240 Lima will be coming next big update, as well as an RM277 from I can't remember who entered that bid into the NGSW program, but that's the weapon, that bullpup one that finished second to the M7. So that'll be coming to the next update also. The new maps are pretty cool. You have 2 for Afghanistan there, or 1 Afghanistan, 1 Syria, and then the third one is Afghanistan. That's like an outpost defense. So you're like at a forward operating base defending against waves.
That's like a bunch of like there's like a certain wave that comes in, and the numbers and stuff like that. Yep. Yeah, okay.
And so that's pretty cool, and you can get more ammo and stuff. So I enjoyed that. I thought that was a good little filler one. But the two new maps outside of that are HVTs. You go in and confirm the HVT, which are on Syria and Afghanistan also, which are nice. They also added multiple infills now. So if you're hosting a server, which I often do in this game, and you have like usually my lobbies, I'll set the max players to like 10 or 12. So at that point, you can't all infill on a chopper. So what it would do before is like it would place half the team where the chopper lands and the other half comes in on the chopper. So now in the drawing board room, right, I can say, okay, squad A is going to infill landing zone Alpha, squad Bravo, and zone Bravo, and draw out the routes we're all going to take if you want to get that into it. So that's really cool. And then you can have multiple extracts also, so exfills. So you can, again, take multiple different LZ exfills. So they added LZ exfills via helicopter now, which was not a thing before. You used to have to go to a certain point, and that would be your exfil. But now the helicopter comes down, you get on it, and then
you can shoot from it too, which is really cool to see.
Yeah. So it's a really, really good update. I'm underselling it too because there's a lot here. They also added, thanks, Chris, scrolling through it. They added plates, so they redid some of the menus, made things a little bit easier with the character customization and things. But they also added a plate system now, so your armored rig, you can choose what level plates you want. Steel, chromatic, soft armor, things like that. There also. So
that's pretty cool.
There's a lot to this game, and I will say the 0.8 update added just an insane amount of cosmetics too. So there's a ton to this game. I think this is really one of those hidden gems. And they did a lot of graphical updates in the last update, and I think they did a few more here. So this is a hidden gem game, and like I said last time we covered it for the 0.8 update, I was making the mistake of playing it just solo the whole time and then realize, oh, there's a server browser and you can host a server, and it really adds a whole new level to the game when you're playing with competent people. I think right after the 0.8 update, I ended up in a room with Controlled Pairs Gaming. So him and I were playing a couple games and having a good time, and just I didn't even know it was him till I happened to watch one of his videos. I'm like, holy crap, that's my voice, and that's me. He's following me. Like him and I were just rolling together. I didn't know, but yeah, I mean, it's
that's funny. Just such a small world.
Yeah, right. And
that's funny.
They have nods, all that IR lasers. There's so much stuff, and you can customize your weapon however you want.
Looking at the player count too, it's one of those games where it's like, again, people don't like to talk about it because they think it's a dead game at a certain player count, but like for the game of this side, which was, I think originally it was like one guy just working on it by himself for a bit. I don't know what the team size is now, but
it's mainly just him, but he's got a couple more.
Still mainly
I ended up in the lobby with him too last update and was talking with him about stuff. So
okay, sweet. So we're looking at a total of 2,300 to 2,400, players
really
per day,
and that's more than enough for this game.
And 100 times more than enough. Like, so yeah, this is again one of those games that probably got more funding now and it can continue its development. And I'm very curious to see myself where it's going to be in the future. And like the reviews are good on it too. Like, like it's a solid game, man. Especially like, I remember when this game came out too, like it was around the time when there was another game that came out kind of similar to it. I'm trying to remember what it was like. It was like very, tactical, slow paced.
Wasn't Ground Branch, was it?
No. I think Fry made a video on it, kind of bashed on it, because I mean they kind of brought it up on themselves. It's sitting at mostly negative now, but like, and I was kind of worried that this game was good.
Direct Contact was that?
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think that's the one. Yeah, and Direct Contact kind of shot themselves in the foot. So like, I was kind of worried, like, ooh, I hope Operator doesn't kind of go down the same path. Like, nope, not even close.
No, yeah, and Blue, and even Crash, like, if you definitely want to play this with people, because just communicating this is one of those hidden gems out there. I will say, as far as all the games I've played, like this is hands down one of my favorite games, especially to just go back and revisit. And especially just the level of detail, like you can high ready, low ready yourself. There's a lot to this breaching charges, like you're running a doors or things that are locked. You just slap a breach charge on there, so you got to like coordinate who's carrying what. The level of detail and what you can do. I've played through all the maps, but the replay value for this game is endless. Like I just go back and just replay stuff all the time with teams because it's going to be a different experience every time. Highly recommended, and it's not that expensive either. And usually they have sales, but I think at max it's like maybe $19.99, which is
worth 100% worth.
Yeah, it's like not even a question. Buy it immediately. You're gonna get more than enough.
Yeah, it's on sale now, 50% off, $9.99. Dude, that would be the best time to grab it. 100%.
That is the best money you will probably ever spend in your life, right there. And I just did a video the other day for the update, and people were like, "Oh, I just bought this game. I'm obsessed." It's like, yeah, it's definitely a hidden gem for sure. So if you're on the fence, now's the time.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a show. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I think we covered it all. I thought Opera was gonna be a quick shot. No, there's a lot more to go into it.
Yeah,
there's a huge update, and it came out of nowhere. I saw him post it, and I was like, oh, short little update, and it was just massive. Like, holy
just
God.
everything.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. So that's another good thing is like the updates are coming out a lot faster, and they're doing hot fixes. But like I said, the version 8 update I think was early Feb, so just a few months, and they banged out a massive update. So I think again, like the foundation is more than there, and it seems like they're churning. So it's good to see. Got
really cool.
A lot of exciting games. None of them are AAA, so we're in a new era.
Dude,
and I like it.
We really are in a new era. I was thinking about that like today and yesterday. Just like
you try to even just try to name them, man. Like there's so many awesome games to play right now. Like Incursion, Vostok, the ones we talked about today, Gray Zone, Bellum, Wardogs is coming, Operator. Like there's a lot of tactical I mean, Sandstorm's still getting up.
Indie.
Sandstorm, Sandstorm. The best decision I ever made was getting a PC. Just not being stuck.
Yeah, if you're into tac shooters, you gotta get a PC.
I had to pull the trigger, and
you bought it a good time.
New world unlocked. Yeah, I did. I really did for the bubble.
Got it under the AI bubble.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, cool, man. Well, I got to get stuff around to head out in the morning down to the old homestead to get to working on stuff. So
good luck.
I might let you all go. Appreciate you guys watching and listening. If you guys can, leave us that 5-star review, share the program around, be a friend, tell a friend. We appreciate everyone. I greatly appreciate Buff and Blue for being here. Stick with us over the next couple months. Schedules are going to be crazy. But yeah, stay tuned to everyone. And yeah, follow all the guys down below in the show notes. Is their socials and stuff. Also, I post more frequent updates on things in my Discord. So if you guys want to know when the next show is going to be happening, I keep people updated in the old Discord. And I think with that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.